Chosen ones, empaths. It's an agenda. Welcome to another live stream. It's an agenda, people. You need to know this. Alright? The narcissist wants to make you feel invisible, like you don't exist. And they tested this out on you during the time when you were still around them in a type of relationship, whether it was a friendship, family member, romantic relationship, whatever. They tested you out during those times. I want to say, so just to digress a moment, I wanted to apologize for yesterday because I didn't realize about Thanksgiving. Okay, sorry. I didn't realize about Thanksgiving, so I hope everyone had a blessed Thanksgiving and stuff. I'm aware that there's a lot of viewers uh, from the States. So anyway, back to the point. I just want you to know this is something where they want to make you feel invisible. They want to invalidate you, and they done this, like I was saying, during the relationship. They would have tested. Sorry, excuse me. They would have tested you out, and they would have seen that you don't respond well to being pushed aside, to being ignored, to being. They've seen that there was something that propelled you forward, if you understand what I mean. You persisted when they pushed away, and they realize that you look at them for the answer. So this is why they want to make you feel invisible. This is a punishment. This punishment can go on for a long period of time, till the point they overplay their hand. You go on and get better, which I always talk about. You go on and improve, you go on and ascend, and then it's meaningless. But I want you to know this is what they can do. They will try to. They've got you occupied on their minds. If that brings you any, really should be alarmed by it. But I can understand that if you're not, maybe this streams for people that are fresh out of narcissistic abuse. Like, you may find comfort in knowing that you occupy their mind, and many of you might know their, like, how can I put it? There was someone who I spoke to in a session. I hope they don't mind me mentioning, but they remember all the things that they do with their day and everything like that. They're in a fresh moment of period of time. Okay, and I speak to many people in that position. Straight after it, where you feel invisible, but I need you to know that you wasn't appreciated before. If you understand, you wasn't appreciated during that time. Let the absence play its part. Someone saying to you, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to, you see, whatever they're saying, they're pushing you away. They're making you feel invisible, right? Then just leave them to it. This is what toxic personalities do. It's prominent on social media, encouraging people to behave this way. Encouraging people to behave this way. This is what it is. So you're gonna just know it's a deep agenda. Okay, it's a deep agenda, and it's so, they put a lot of thought and effort into this, what they're carrying out. It's basically what I've said before in my early videos. I used to talk about the conversion of the source of supply. They're converting you as a source of supply to someone who's going to get desperate, to someone who's going to get needy. And really, you need to say to yourself, that this silence is actually for your benefit. When you do that, I know it's hard to wrap your head around, but when you do that, it makes them powerless. And you might say, but how would they know that you're doing that? When you do that, You're not going to be reaching out to them. You're not going to be pursuing them. Your energy's going to change. They're not going to hear from you. And they're waiting for your return. Many of you have tried to reach out to them. So I'm speaking to people in sessions that have tried to reach out to the narcissist or tried to say something. It's not going to achieve anything, especially early days. Let them go away. Let them go about their business. So a few people in the comments I've been seeing have been it's like they're talking fond of the narcissist, and this is what I'm realizing, because I can see that there's newer viewers. So I'm aware you're not going to go all the way back. I haven't set up playlists. My fault. I apologize. But people that are fresh out have a fondness for the narcissist. The difference with the narcissist is it's going to kick in later on, further down the line, when they realize. But at the moment, they've converted you as a source of supply. And if you're in that state, many of you are further along in your journey, but they want to make you feel invisible. It's an agenda. It's well thought out. It's the old trick: ignore someone, push them away, go cold. These sorts of things make you fall into a low vibrational state where they seize control. But they only seize control momentarily. They capture you in a moment of desperation. That's what I think happens, right? That's what I see from my vision. They catch you in a moment of desperation, but they overplay their hand, and you just need to let the time flow, right? Just let it flow, and then they'll realize, okay? Because you'll change your ways. If you can start saying to yourself, a good tip to you is to have in life, is even though you're going through suffering, there's actually meaning in this suffering. And this is going a bit deep, but there's a book that I want you to just check, if you just look into momentarily. Okay, I know this is off the topic of narcissism, but there's a man called Viktor Frankl, and he was in the concentration camps. Okay, and his family got killed and stuff, and he managed to write a book, and he managed to realize that suffering comes from meaning. So my point being, many people are put in bad situations that have this same philosophy. Okay, he didn't create this philosophy. It's been around for a long time. But crafting meaning out of suffering is what you need to do in this moment of time. And they can be over there trying to punish you, but you ascend beyond the point of even being bothered. You're not phased. You don't want to hear from them. Like, that's where you're going to get. Okay? I'm not sure if anyone realizes this is a live. People are getting confused with the videos and the live chat. So if you want to put something in the live chat, like where you're from or anything, or where you're at in your journey or anything like that, please feel free. But just understand that you're all going to reach that place where you see through it. You see through everything. And that's why you've got to take this. I'm not condoning what's happened to you, the suffering. I'm not condoning. It's not right what they've done to you. You didn't deserve it. But we have to take this life as what we're faced with. Okay? And you're faced with a situation where you've been dealing with narcissists and family members in romantic relationships, in wherever, from a myriad of ways you've been dealing with it. And or just a singular narcissist. The same destruction happens. Okay? But the point being about this information that I share is to help navigate you in your future as well. In all aspects. You're going to see these parasites everywhere. Right? You're going to see them everywhere. So this is a common tactic that they all do. They will all use this invisibility thing, trying to go, making you trying to make you feel invisible, right? Trying to make you feel like you're nothing. But that exerts a lot of effort from a narcissist to do. To try and diminish you to that point is well thought out. It's an agenda. And I know not all of you are into the music I've been releasing. It's just like a hobby, really. But I thought of a project called The Agenda that I'm gonna work on. Okay, I'm a little bit through it, and I'm gonna put it together for you because it is an agenda. This this narcissist stuff, what they do. Oh, a long time. Thank you for being here. Howdy, Zion. We know you're not blaming us or saying we deserved what we went through. I watched you for 2 years or so, and you've never blamed anyone for going through narcissistic abuse. Oh, thank you. No, I remember. I used to see you comment quite a lot. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you checked in today. And thank you for the support over that time as well. Um, yeah, it's not your fault. At least you should know that. But this life's not perfect. It's not perfect world because of the the collision of good and evil. Whether you look at this religiously, spiritually, whatever aspect, okay, it's clear that there's good and evil. And what we discuss on this channel is about, we shed light on the evil. All of you shed light on it in the comments. We shed light on the evil ones, right? The evil people of this world. I'm so glad I've helped. You know, I'm touched that I've helped. Like I said in all these streams, I just started this to help one person. I thought that was because if you help one person, it helps others, right? It's setting off positive energy. So that's something the narcissist doesn't do. But look, do any of you put it in the chat if you do? Do you want to hear from the narcissist again? Let's discuss this topic. Do you want to hear from them? 100% truth. Try and be as truthful as possible. Do you want to hear from them again? Like, how fresh are you out on stuff? If you feel free to put it in the chat and I'll try and address it. If you're in a position where you desire them back, understand work needs to be done within you. Work happens when you start to understand that this experience is happening to you, is molding you, not them. You're gaining, they're not. You were discarded, you were ghosted, you were abandoned. You will thrive from that experience and they will lose out. They're chasing impulse. They're very impulsive creatures. Alright? They're chasing impulse. If you relax, like, it seems to me that the chosen one and the empath goes in a place of their own sanctuary and starts to go in their cocoon, like I've been discussing. That's what I see happening with chosen ones and empaths that I have sessions with and things like that. I see them not from me, from their own experience and them going on. All right. And this is what is ahead of all of you. No, she has blocked me on Facebook recently and sent me a message request on Messenger. I don't know how recent, but I've never got a notification. I let it sit. I haven't blocked or deleted nor accepted. Well, that's a Hoover. What's happened to you, Blaskovich Gaming? That's a Hoover. Oh God, living with recycled supply. They go to their level, which is what I've been discussing in the other stream. So I'll try and stick to the topic, but they do go back to their level, brother. They do go back to their level, and it's not a reflection of you. Yeah, but less is more. Less is more. Take something from that. Less is more. All right, for them. All right, it makes you inquisitive. They can't open up. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with someone that can't communicate their feelings effectively. They're in disarray, if that's the right word. They're a mess. Okay, they don't know how to communicate their feelings clearly, transparently, truthfully. They don't know how to do that. That's why you see the weird stuff, right? You regulated their emotions, so they're getting worse as well. That's something that you all brought to the table of an authentic person, someone who's good, not perfect. You provide something, a warmth to them, a comfort that they can't really grasp, and it regulates their mood and emotions. What's regulating their mood from a distance is punishing you. They're sadistically pleased. I laughed at the nerve, especially after it was all lies, and how she treated me at the end, post discard. But things ain't going well over there. That's all you can tell. It shows that they've thought that out. Alright? They're weirdos. They're complete weirdos. Right? They really are. So think about this, right? The narcissist wants to know what you're doing to see how affected you are, to see how down in the dumps you are, to see how broken you are. So they do keep watch. That's why I've spoken to people who have been stalked in sessions. I've spoken to people who have been spied on, people who have been this. I know many of you feel like that's not the case with you, but if you're telling me they've hurt you this bad, not you, brother, anyone in the live stream, because you're 2 years on, you must have healed a lot. But if they've hurt anyone, they want to follow up on that data. They want to collect data on that topic, you see, because that will keep them regulating their emotions, sadistically pleased, ticking along. They're a ticking time bomb, but they're ticking along, all right? And they expect you to come running. They expect you to bridge the gap. They expect you to bridge the gap to, bridge that gap is the best way I can put it. The gap that you have between you and them, they expect you to, so they can stay in a power position. This is why they're treating you the way they are. This is why they're treating you the way they are, right? They want to see if you're still broken, if you're still hurt. So this does happen, okay? This does happen. I haven't got time to do it. There's a few people that are commenting that are really, they're still fond of the narcissist, really, and I was hoping they come on the live, if they wanted to go back and forth, because it's, yeah, honestly, let me go back to the live chat. This dude put her and her son up in $1 million house since summer 2023, but she's been reaching out to me. I don't think so, darling. You chose the path. Keep pushing. So you've seen it. How long did it take for it to happen? How long was it after 2 years when you got the Hoover? Yeah, I'd be interested to know that. See, this is the thing. People are saying, like, how long does it take? Don't wait on it. And I'm sure the brother here in the live chat, he has watched for a long time, so he would have known, and other channels he's watching or have his own experience, he fell back, and it makes them inquisitive, right? Just because someone has $1 million, that doesn't provide the supply source that they get from a unique individual like yourself. Money will bring supply, a form of supply, but it's not the same supply that they get dependent upon. All right, they're like addicts. It's like an addiction they have towards you, because you make them feel a certain way. You regulate their mood and their emotions, because they're all over the place. Their emotions, they're all over the place. Thank you for sharing that in the live chat. I've realized that some people, when I'm doing these lives, they think I'm just doing the videos, right? So it had to have been a year. I never got a notification. It must have been within the last few months. If I had to guess, she had blocked me on Messenger as well. Yeah, so it's a it's a baiting, it's a provoking, it's this sort of stuff. This is the petty stuff they do, and I've said that that's what they do. All right, don't expect a declaration of love, whether this was a friend, romantic relationship, family member, whatever. Whoever this narcissist was in your life, don't expect a declaration of love. Expect that they're going to communicate their inner turmoil in a weird way. That's what they're going to do. Right? That's what they're going to do. So please, everyone, don't feel invisible. Don't feel like you're nothing because someone's not giving you attention and time. They've made a wrong decision in their life. They've made an error. They've gone their way. They've made the error. You're not the error, you see. Recycled supply, whatever like that, they go to their level. Know that you're very different. On the journey of realizing that you're not invisible, you're developing your self-worth. Not at all, I'm vapors, I don't exist. So like I said, she can keep pushing, I'm gone. Like you said once, she left it too long. Yeah, exactly that. They overplay their hand. So let's say I'm wrong and they don't keep tabs on you, just for example, then to say the least, they're gonna get inquisitive at some point in time and check upon you. Okay? Even if, for example, you believe you're not on social media or you're not on this, they'll find some sort of information out about you or make themselves known, so they're on your mind. That's what they try to do. Okay? They're weirdos. So just look at them as an intrusive thought. That's what a nuisance. That's what a narcissist should be to your life. When you're healed, when you're more healed, you just be like, they're a nuisance. You don't want to hear from them. You're done. They're dead. Like, dead in the sense of you have no feelings, nothing. You don't want nothing to do with them. That's how it should be. That's the inner work that everyone's got to go on and do. Hello, Kim. It's been a year. I had a friend of mine move my stuff out of my old house. Think the ex-narc saw him and suddenly his car alarm was blaring so he could be noticed, I guess. Thought I was there. Sometimes they're scared to reach out. They're mad at you and scared. That's true. Very true. Thank you for sharing. So you've come a long way as well in that amount of time. Parasites, lol. Yeah, they are. They're weirdos. Disgusting parasites. And it's the battle of good and evil. Right? They walk among us. These creatures walk among us and act and pretend like they're on your level, like they have the same morals, like they have the same this, and really they've got evil agendas against you. Evil agendas. Okay, their mind's warped. They watch you and don't even have any idea. They watch you and you don't even have any idea. Exactly, K-Man. Yeah, it's honestly, everyone, it's like you don't need them. You really don't need them. So please, everyone, don't feel. I know it's easy said than done, but if you can try and craft meaning, who's become a person that you would have never become. had you still acquainted with this friend, this narcissist friend, or family unit, or romantic relationship, how many of you have become a person yet? If anyone's been out a long time, do you feel like you've gained in your own life? Just a thought. I want you to know, like, if you feel like you've gained in your own life. Yeah, so if you base your life off some form of relationship, friendship, family at the center point of your whole being, it's like, why is the human an individual? Okay. Mermaid 2605. There seems to be more narcissism today than 10 years ago. Yeah, social media as well. Prissy Williams, I got closer to God. Yeah, that's something I want to touch on. Thank you for saying that. Sometimes God's looking upon you, giving your devotion and energy towards a narcissist, thinking, no, like, that's wrong. You know what I mean? He intervenes, or the universe intervenes, however you want to call it. And for those, I say the universe and things like that to be open to everyone's beliefs, because we're challenging evil here, so we shouldn't. Someone come in the chat yesterday and was talking rubbish. I just ended the live. They were saying something like about they were just being rude and stuff, so I just ended the live. I thought there's a narcissist in the live, so another narcissist might pop in the live. I don't know. Yeah, so everyone, like, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Yeah, sorry. The when the God or the universe sees you in a state of pure devotion, everything like that, and it's bad for you. You see, so something you think good for you when you're in a place of hurt. Because really, I want to try and reach out to the new viewers. When you're in a place of hurt and you think this is good for you, or that's good for you, it's not good for you. All right, and we learn right from wrong throughout our whole lives. I know it's in a simpler form when you tell a child that's wrong, that's right, this is that, but it's gradual as well. We all learn right from wrong. We all make mistakes and do things, and we learn from them. All right. The narcissist doesn't learn from them, and that's what you need to look within. Like, what have you learned about yourself? What have you gained? You see. Honestly, something I encourage you all to find is your own peace. Search for peace. You don't have to go to the mountains and meditate. Maybe you want to, but I mean, you can find your own peace inside your own home, meaning the home, your heart, yourself, right? You can find peace in that. And when you find peace in that, you're better prepared. You're more efficient at work. You're more efficient with your tasks. You're more efficient with everything. Okay, and you could be a disorganized person, but you become more organized and efficient. And really, that's what all of your energy was channeling into this narcissist. They were soaking it up. When we talk about supply, that's someone soaking up supply, and they're gaining supply from invalidating you now, devaluing you, or making you feel like you're nothing, until they realize, like what's happened to Blaskovich Gaming. Then they get inquisitive. Okay, so sometimes it can take a little time, but just honestly, don't wait on it. Don't wait on it. All right. Um. Yeah, like, that's another thing. Yeah, thank you for saying that. You're helping with the live stream. I appreciate the support. Um, they drain your supply. So you're actually running at a low. I'm not being belittling or condescending, or you're actually running at a low efficiency after a narcissistic relationship of any kind, family unit, whatever. You're running at a low efficiency, and it's about giving back to yourself. Really, like, you're the one. The empath wants to help everyone, but you need help as well. Okay. And like I've said in the other streams as well, just to anyone, the new viewers, if you go back to the oldest video and you go through, I wasn't talking about narcissism. I knew about narcissism, but I was talking about other things. I just started thinking, let me help someone. And I was going deep into topics and stuff, right? And that's why, and I still do it within other videos as well. I remember now you say it, Kim. Yeah, I remember now you say it. That is like what someone does as a deliberate agenda. Like, that's pure agenda. Okay, it's not coincidence. It's not love at first sight. It's not all of that, whatever they want you to believe it is. It's a pure agenda. They also make you feel like you're mentally ill. Yeah, like, I want to say something. Narcissistic abuse can cause, from research that I've looked into, I've been doing a bit of research on it, and it can cause psychotic episodes within the victim of narcissistic abuse. All right, so I don't know where you're from. If you're from the US, it's a psych ward, or um, uh, mental hospital in England or whatever. I don't know what it's called in Canada, but it can actually cause that. So realize that when you haven't gone into an episode of psychosis, or you haven't gone into something like that, then obviously it's not that the person who goes into psychosis has or has some goes into depression or mental illness or whatever. It doesn't make you a weak person. It's your body crying out for help and needing, because you've been drained so much, like Blaskovich Gaming was saying about how they literally drain your supply. Okay, that's why it happens. See, you say they felt like a puzzle. I think they're actually, you'll see, like, you can suss it out. And that's why, if you just see, it's a huge agenda, right? It's a huge agenda. It's a huge agenda. Kim, and I told my ex that he was actually making me feel mentally ill. I get mad at myself for wasting so much time. I look back at him and just say, yuck. Oh, I'm so glad that you've got that viewpoint now. Yeah, that's good. But that's the thing. You tried to open up and express, and you actually saw it. That's a blessing. Like, you actually saw that you could be having not psychological, how can I say it? Like, you was having mental health. That's the right word. You were having mental health, and yeah, it's a serious topic. Oh yeah, no, I realized. I thought that it was a bit further down the line. I remember responding to some of your comments, Blaskovich Gaming, uh, a long time ago. When you was in your place of hurt and stuff, I remember. But honestly, things come and go in this life. We know that people come and go. Everything, things come and go. MK Creative Studios, hi. Sorry, I haven't got back to your comment. I saw a really insightful comment. I was reading it, And I was meaning to reply to your comment. I must say that the comments, I haven't got around to doing it at the moment. I do apologize. Thank you for being here as well. Honestly, everyone, like, it's all about leveling up. Not for them, for your own self. Like, if you can make that your life's mission, start. Honestly, it's all about, I know I sound like, when I say energy and stuff, I don't want to sound cliche, but where energy goes, energy flows. And your energy was flowing to this cretin succubus, if that's the right word, creature, basically. It was flowing to them. And if you tap into that flow of energy, you isolate that energy from going in towards their direction, you channel it towards yourself, you don't endlessly give it to someone else. Unless there's good people around you, then yeah. But you channel that energy towards yourself, and you'll see it's a real recovery. Okay? Thank you for understanding, brother. Yeah, it's a real recovery. Honestly, that's what's ahead of all of you. And Kim, Blaskovich Gaming, MK Creative Studios, I've seen your comments for a long time. I'm not too versed on your story though. From what I can remember. But I'm sure that you've healed a lot, not from the channel, but from your own experience. I'm probably quite, sure of that. So please, everyone, don't. Because MK Creative Studios gives an analysis of the channel, and he says stuff like, that's what I remember from his comments. All right, Kim, the thing is, you don't know, right? Our problem is, like, I'll be honest, you can fall back to sleep. The empath and the chosen one can fall back to sleep. I tried to go into this in videos, but it wasn't, I don't think people was. Did you have to take medication? That's okay. That's fine. Don't let anyone stigmatize. You see, the thing is, right, I'm going to say something now off the topic, right, but on the topic, in a way. Look, people can get all sorts of diseases and cancers, and people get sympathy and stuff like that. But something like the brain being not like being hurt, you see, there's no empathy towards that. I don't know how, like, in any all across the world, for some reason they stigmatize it. So if the medication helps you, that is good. You see, that's good, right? I'm not pro medication either. I'm not like a pro medication, but honestly, the narcissist can make you very, very, very. And I've spoken to many people in sessions that have had to go to the doctors and get medication and things like that for things. Okay, so it's a common thing. It's literally recovering from abuse. Okay, recovering. Mark from Seattle, Washington. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right, everyone. I just come on for a little while, so I hope you all have a blessed weekend. Thank you so much for being here. My ex-narcissist and I was for 6 years. I met on a Christian dating site. I've met a lot of narcs on Christian dating sites because I'm Christian myself. She was a special narc. Don't yeah, don't stay off them now. Stay off the dating sites, everyone. Okay, you can all meet someone. It'll be another narc, but stay off dating sites. I recommend spiritual narc. Yeah, I know. Yeah, spiritual narcs are the worst. I think one of the worst. They're not the worst, but one of the worst. It's like I've said that in other videos, but they're all just as fucked up. All of them. Excuse my language, everyone. So anyway, I'll be back with another live stream soon. I hope everyone has a blessed weekend. Peace.